Hi everyone, it is officially a couple days after Halloween, but we are doing our Halloween ice cream beauty box. I am so excited. I have been waiting for this box. I feel like it did come a little bit later this month. I'm not quite sure, to be completely honest, but I'm a little bummed that it did come so late in the season. But you know what? I'm happy we have it. This is the October box. It is stuffed, so let's go ahead and just show you what we got. As a reminder, if you are new to the subscription box, it is $29.99 a month. You do get well over the value of that. They usually do also have an item that is kind of a choice, which if you want to get both of the choices, so in my case, I did get both of the choices. I paid an additional $10 to get both items. Sometimes it's, in this case, it's an eyeshadow palette. Other times it's lip products, whatever. Every single box, though, does come with one eyeshadow palette every single month, which is honestly super exciting if you are a makeup lover like myself. It's fun just to get new stuff every single month. Also, every single brand inside the box is an indie brand, so it's also nice to kind of give back or whatever, support your indie community at a more, I would say, a reasonable price point of $30, because you do get between, I believe it's like 4 to 5 full-size products every single month, which is pretty cool. So let me stop gabbing. Let's go ahead and talk. So if you have not seen, this is what your box will look like. Little ice cream kind of situation. Let's go ahead and pop it open. So of course we have our little card, kind of similar to most of the boxes, but we are just going to go ahead and go through the items. One thing I will note is that they tend to do lip products often. If you can't tell, I tend to like a more gothy lip product. They do tend to do more what is more trendy, which I get, more neutral, more lip gloss kind of thing. So that is probably my only setback, I will say, as I'm literally pulling out a lip product. I personally still get it, mainly because the eyeshadow palettes are worth over what the price of the box itself is, so it's kind of a nice little deal to get your eyeshadow palettes and some fun little freebies. And in a way, in my case, I'm just gonna probably see if there's some friends and stuff that may want these items. So I am, as in terms to not waste, I am not going to actually be using, like, trying the lip products on today. I have done it in past times, but I literally have had to declutter so many lip products just because I don't use those kind of products. So I'm like, you know what? Well, let me pass them on. Sorry, talking way too much, but let's go ahead and start out. So this is a lip plumper by the brand Beauty Creations. Pretty interesting, I guess. Again, not something I'm going to use. Let's go ahead. We can talk through the prices. Some of the things are, I would say, a little overpriced, in my opinion, but we'll just kind of have to see. So this one is actually not. This is $7. So Beauty Creations is a brand, though, that I do think tends to be pretty affordable. I'm just going to go ahead and pull our other little lip product, because there is two. One is a free bonus, but this is another lip gloss. It is tiny, though. I would definitely consider this a sample size. They are saying that it is $14 from the brand. I think it's Aether Beauty. It's ATHR Beauty. It's just a crystal infused lip gloss, $14. I mean, that's teeny. That is like a finger for size reference. You know, whatever. But it's a free bonus, so I ain't mad at it. We will take it. One of the things I actually want to show you that I'm so excited, because I have been wanting to try something from this brand, but I have not. So this is by, what even brand is this called? Mo Beauty. This is face mask by Mo Beauty. If you're not familiar, Monique is a drag queen, and she created her own skincare line, which I think is so freaking cool. I'm hoping that is her name. I'm hoping I'm not butchering it, because it does not say Monique or Mo Beauty. So this is the Mo Mattifier Oil Control Mask, and it is 100% biodegradable and antibacterial mask. Tencel fabric. I have no idea what that is, but that's freaking cool. And it's also pretty affordable. This is only $6. That's super cool. Love a little face mask. And again, indie brand. I've been wanting to try something from this brand, so happy I finally did. Let's go for this Fat box here. Sorry, it is so hard to show things. I don't want my camera to like mess up. This is from the brand ZC. So this one I do believe is a little more on the expensive side. So yeah, this is the Space Highlighter from ZC Cosmetics. $35. That is a lot of money, but let's pop it over. And it is a pretty big box. It is nice, comes with some foam. It is kind of this cool little spaceship moment. Bummer is that this is not going to fit in most people's stuff because it is round, but it does kind of pop open, kind of cute. And then it does have this kind of like little highlighter in here. Let me see if I can do a little swatch. It is really smooth and it doesn't, let me see if I can unlock just for a second. Unlock. Okay, so hopefully you can see it's messing up. Hopefully you can see our little pattern here. So our little swatch. Hopefully that's giving us something. It has a very nice, I would say, soft glow. So as in terms of products, I do think a lot of people are going to like this. Do I think it's worth $35? No, in my opinion. But, you know, it's cute. It's something different. And I'll try to get some use out of it. We could definitely try to play with it today and see. We'll be doing a look with the eyeshadow palette. So, or one of them. So I'm excited about that. So you could definitely put this sucker on just to play around and just see. Let's go ahead and do, next up we have from the brand Charmacy, and I did peek a little bit, and this is probably going to be one of my favorite ones, even though I'm going to have to figure out a way to use it, but this looks just absolutely stunning. So again, another kind of more pricey one. It is a multi-chrome liquid liner by Charmacy, $21, dazzling liquid liner, but let me show you. So again, sorry if I look pale and if my camera is being weird. So nice packaging, but why I love the most is, hopefully you can tell, that is a brush applicator. And let me just do a little on my hand. I had some earlier and it was gorgeous. I hope you can see it. It's like a really shimmery like pink, but I love this because, for one, like I said, it's a brush applicator. Sorry, I keep freezing. Here, let me lock. Hopefully that fixes that. But it is a brush applicator, so I do like that. It feels like it's going to work really well. Honestly, I'm tempted to look at this and see what else they have, because I just, you know, I don't know. There's something about it that's really nice. And like I said, I love the shine of these. $21 is not horrible. So I will have to see, do I necessarily need liquid liners? No, but like if they have black, I'm down. Or some like darker shades with some metallic, I'm down. I don't know if we're going to use it today. Sorry. But it's just, I don't know. It's so unique. I'm absolutely in love with that. Okay. Next up, we have our eyeshadow palettes. So I did get both. You did have your option of either one or the others. They did have Treat, which is so cute, and Trick, so cute. When I first saw these, I'm going to be honest with you, I was terrified that these were AI generated. I was like, don't tell me, crushed my heart, because this is by Beauty and Cosmetics, a brand that I absolutely love, in collaboration with Eyescream Beauty Box. But I was like, do not tell me. Don't tell me they're going the AI route. Thank goodness we are safe. This is actually in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny. Did the artwork. Doodles by the Bunny, I feel like, has been doing a lot of the artwork for a lot of indie brands, and I just love everything she does. It is seriously so cute. Gourmand Girls is a big one that pretty much most of all of their stuff is done by Doodles by the Bunny. So if you're familiar with Gourmand Girls, Alvados, who does the artwork. Yeah, I'm so happy that they did this. Let's go ahead and pop in. So I'm going to start off with Treat first. So Treat is kind of going to be your more pastel, softer kind of moment. So I'm not getting super Halloween from this, but it is super cute. I also, you know, acknowledge the fact that not everybody thinks that Halloween has to be Halloween, you know, kind of colors. But I do still think this one is cute. They do have this available on, I believe it's Beauty and Cosmetics site. I think this might be one I'm going to play with today, though. So I'm kind of excited. Really great shimmer from Beauty and Cosmetics. If you are not familiar with their formula, they have a really solid formula in my opinion. Love the mattes, love the shimmers. And something I'm really loving so far as well is that currently Beauty and Cosmetics is a brand in the UK. And if you know it like me, I live in the US. If you would like to purchase from them, you would have to pay the obscene amount of tariffs. Last time I checked, that still is how it is, unfortunately. So I really am appreciating the fact that we are able to get these without the high tariffs. I don't know how they did it, but they did do it some way, so I'm so excited that they did. Keeping on with that, we will go ahead and jump into probably my favorite of the two, which is the one I'm actually wearing today. I will have a short of this. We're gonna say Wednesday, so I can actually stick to it because I struggle so hard to go to my shorts. But so we'll say Wednesday should have this look up on how I created it with this palette. And here is Trick. So I'm just gonna say this is your more traditional Halloween colors. I love this. And something I will say with both of these palettes that I do love, as I've been saying a lot of times with palettes lately that I have been playing with, is I really appreciate that this helps me to stretch my creativity. I notice, like I probably have said a lot of times on this channel, that if something has like an easy way, like I'm gonna go that way. Like if they have very monochrome, I'm gonna go that way. But I love that this, like when I looked at this, I was like, what the freak am I gonna create? And then I was like, okay, I found my way. I found my way with it. I'm hoping, because I haven't done the look yet, I'm hoping with Treat we can do the same thing. But I really do appreciate that, like I've said before with a lot of brands, that it's just kind of fun to stretch your creativity and create some different looks that you wouldn't necessarily think that you would create. Also, sorry, before I forget, so these palettes themselves do retail for $35 a piece on Beauty Bean Cosmetics. But what is so amazing is, like I said, the whole box itself is $30, and we did get the palettes included. So for me, I paid, what, $40, and I got both palettes and the other stuff that we get to play with. So I still think it is such a score. Like I said, lip products, I will say, not to like critique, and I get why, but it's probably because I love eyeshadow so much that it does not bum me out to have a different eyeshadow palette every single month. But the lip products, there's just too much. And I understand that also I'm not going to get through the eyeshadow, but like I find so much joy using different eyeshadows. Whereas most of the time, the lip products, to me, are some level of nude / glossy. Because I get that that's what is trending right now. But it is just... I just want us to, like... I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. It'd be great putting out into the universe to just have, like, 1 month without a lip product. Because I have so many. I literally have so many from this box, and it honestly, like I said, it was probably just because I'm not a lip product girl. So these will be passed on to a friend. I don't mind, because again, the palettes themselves cover the price, so super cool to me. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, take off eyeshadow. I'll do one eye probably, and then we'll be back to do a little tutorial. Let's see you in a sec. So we are nice and zoomed in to do this fun look with this fun palette here. So I'm just going to start off with the Double Chocolate shade. Just going to be taking a pencil brush. And so let's just start. I'm just going to fill in my outer corner. So what I will usually do is I divide my eye up into 2/3. So I'm just going to this outer white part of our eye. I'm just going to kind of create a line. Do the exact same thing on the bottom. And then I will just kind of work on meeting these two up into a point. And then kind of just looking at it, seeing for me my eyes a little more hooded. So I will bring the shade up a little bit more, just so I'm kind of creating this faux crease, because I want the color obviously to be seen with my eye open. The pigment in this is so incredible. And seriously, just now playing with this, I'm able to see other looks that I can create. I think this palette, you can definitely do something more kind of neutral. You have the dark brown with this shade here. There's a lot of variety of things you can do with this palette, which I absolutely am obsessed with. Okay, so one thing I want to see, how does this shade? This shade here is interesting. She looks pink. You're going to see. She's all over the lid. Do you see pink? I don't see pink. But we're going to see. I think she's like a duochrome trickery shade. But very pretty. Okay, sorry. Moving on. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a longer kind of pencil type brush. And I'm going to go in with our deeper green shade, which is called Monster Mint Chip. That's actually super kind of cute as I'm realizing it. This one is definitely more like ice cream themed. I mean, hello, the little ice cream thing. I love that. Okay, so taking that, and then I'm just going to, only in my crease, where our colored part of our eye is. If you want to, you can of course color in the whole lid. I usually don't. I will use a little bit of that shade just to stamp along the edge of that brown shade, just to kind of help that to blend for when I want to add my shimmers. And just kind of go back and re-intensify this shade. Something I am loving about this shade or shades like this is if you are to kind of, it blends out really well and it's able to kind of like, here, let me see if I can show you. It's like I don't know, it's just like a different color, which I really kind of like that because then you really are able to use minimal shades to kind of create a look that looks like it has different shades. I just think that's super cool. We're not going to do that. Obviously, I want to show you as many colors as I can with this tutorial, but I do like that you really can just do a kind of 1 or 2 eyeshadow look and just kind of call it, which I love that. Okay, so I'm going to take the same underneath my eye, same area. I will say a lot of people, and I probably should be, prefer to use a smaller brush for under their eye. You do that if you want. I am being lazy, so a lot of times I will have to do a little bit of cleanup, but you know, whatever. But yeah, if you want to use a smaller brush, go for it. And then I'm just going to take the same shades and just kind of start to buff around the edges of that darker brown shade. I'm just going to take a fluffy kind of brush and I'm going to dip in with Cool Mint, which is this light minty green shade. And I'm going to start by kind of putting that all over this inner part of my eye. Again, take it onto the lid if you want. I usually don't, but you know, you totally can. If you want to do like an all matte look. And I am just going to take this shade and just take it all around the shape of my eye. Really simple. All right, feeling pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and take a even fluffier brush. And I just want to just make sure that everything is really softened. This is also your time that if you want to re-accentuate things, re-deepen things, add more of the softer shade, that is the time to do that. And then we can get started with some shimmers. I'm loving this. I think it looks okay. Normally I would kind of go in, but like, I think it's looking deep enough. So I think we're just going to leave her. We're just going to leave her. So the shade that I was really attracted to, and like I said, is this shade here, which does look pink to me. And why I'm saying pink is because we have like a rosy kind of purpley shade in here. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to take the shade right here. And again, your girl is a bit colorblind, so it could just be an illusion. But I feel like even on the finger, it looks kind of pink. On the lid, is it me? It's turning like blue. It might be turning silver. I get like baby blue, which I don't hate, but it's like interesting. It's different. It's not what I expected. Which again is really actually kind of fun with makeup is you have one thing in your head and you're like, oh, okay, we are going a different direction. And I don't hate it though. It's really pretty. Shimmers are just like, you can like put them without anything. And I love that. Okay, so that is what we did. Base layer down. Next, I'm going to go ahead. I didn't even tell you that shade is called Strawberry Sugar. So it is meant to be pink. I just don't get pink. I see blue. I see blue. Don't hate that, but I see blue. Okay, we're going to go next in with Hot Fudge Crunch. This is, I would say, a more metallic shade, but a stunning metallic. So I'm taking this kind of, where that outer corner where we put that shade, put a little bit there, just basically between outer corner and our lid color, or like our eye color, whatever. We'll tap, tap, tap. And that just also helps you to blend in your shimmers really easily together. And then, because I wanted to use another shade and just have fun, I'm going to go ahead and take Vanilla Swirl, which to be honest, is kind of just a neutrally kind of shade. But something really cool about it is putting it over this other shade. It really kind of, I feel, brings out these kind of green tones. It definitely also has some gold. But it just like, it mixes and it's so pretty, right? I love that. So freaking pretty. Obsessed. I am not going to apply mascara because I've already worn makeup today and my lashes already feel gunky, but you feel free. But that is that for, I would say, your eye look. I love this. And also use a glitter glue if you like, or whatever. If you like to help the shimmers last. I fine. The shimmer lasts fine on me, but again, your preference, of course. Glitter glue is just going to help things to last a bit longer, be a bit more impactful. So you do that. I'm going to go ahead and dip in with our highlighter, the ZC highlighter. I am wearing it on this side. I don't know if it's showing up a lot, but it kind of just gives a nice subtle glow. I will say I do like that it kind of opens up completely, so you can kind of lay it down to use it if you wanted to. Taking this in a fluffy brush, pick up some of the shade. I do kind of love the fact that I'm picking up product, but the imprint, I know it's hard to see, is not changing. I like that a lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply. And I feel like it's just giving a really, I think you can see that there. It's like a sheen, and it's just pretty, and it feels like healthy. I really like that. I don't think it's like too glittery. It's just a pretty shade. I like that. I wish that the compact was different, if I'm honest. I get why they did this to be kind of like unique, but this is just so like, I don't know. I don't want to be like cranky, because I do think that there are brands out there, like I will say maybe ZC, that is trying to just make makeup more exciting. So this is cool. This definitely is giving me like, maybe like, I don't even think Urban Decay would have something like this, but kind of something cool like that. Like it's meant to be like a little planet or something. I don't know. I think it's really cool. But those are the products that I wanted to use today. I will definitely probably be trying to use more of the products in the future. I don't really want to use the face mask yet, but I'm sure it's going to be just fine. And like I said, this product, I cannot wait to use it. It seems amazing. Let me go and zoom out and we can go ahead and finish the video. All right, here we are for the end of today's video. Definitely let me know down below what you do think. I think this box is incredible. Love it, love it, love it. Love the value, $30, such an incredible value for everything you do get. That's why I keep coming back and keeping my subscription, I guess we will say, with Eyescream Beauty Box. I love it. I love for, really affordability, especially in these times. Obviously, $30 can be unaffordable to some, but I think that I still do appreciate that it is in this really difficult time that we are all going through. It is a I'll say kind of affordable, right? Compared to other beauty things out there. If you really want to continue to play with makeup, continue to play with different formulas, just try different stuff. It's a nice little treat for yourself or a gift to give others. I think it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. That's why I keep coming back to it month after month. But you let me know what your thoughts are down below. Are you a subscriber of this box? Are you going to subscribe to this box? I don't know. I'm just curious. What do you think of my look? Also curious. Are you excited for Wednesday's look? Because I think that it's going to be fabulous. All right. You have yourself a great rest of your day. And I will see you on my next one. Oh, yeah. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you. All right. See you on my next one. Okay, bye.